Hello, my name is Grant Fritchey. I work for Redgate Software. Today I want to talk about how to capture weight statistics for a given query. We're going to use extended events to make this happen. This is a video that was requested, almost a month ago. Sorry. Anyway, it was requested a month ago, and if anybody has any requests on any videos, put them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to give you demos on anything that you're interested in. Anyway, how to capture a query weight statistics on a query. Now it's fairly simple. You're going to capture the query itself inside of the extended events. In this case, I'm going to do an RPC complete. I'm going to capture stored procedures, but you can do it with SQL statements or anything else. I mean, however you want to break it down. But I'm going to capture the extended events, RPC completed, and I'm going to capture weight statistics, but I'm going to combine the two through a little magical process that I'm going to show you inside the demo, which is coming right up.
Real quick, I just want to show before we move on how I'm making all the stored procedure calls. Is I've got a PowerShell script that's connecting up. It's loading in a series of parameters. It's setting up a stored procedure. And then it's going to clear that stored procedure out of cache over and over again, and basically just run these on a loop. It's going to walk through all the data in the set and reset, and run until the data is done, and then keep running more. So that's just going to keep going and going and going, and that's how that works. Now, to see procedure weights in action, what we've got here is a procedure weight extended events that I've got set up. Let me just show you the information inside here. There's a couple of key points that you want to make sure that you've got. Obviously, you give it a name, start the session, whatever, but you do want to track the causality in the events. Track how events are related one to the other. And now the events I am capturing are pretty straightforward. I'm capturing module end, RPC completed, RPC starting, and wait completed. And you can see what each of these does. A module end is just basically the end of a module execution. Stored procedure does constitute a module, but RPC completed and RPC starting, depending on how you're calling your stored procedure, these also represent a stored procedure being called. So you can see those going off and on. And then I have wait completed, and it occurs when there is a wait completed inside the event. Now let's go over and look at the configuration. Now you'll notice each one of these has got a filter on it so that I'm only looking at my AdventureWorks database right now. There's nothing else you have to do in the events field. It's capturing some of the information. There's nothing else that you need really there. Now the one thing about this is that the way I've got it configured, it's going to capture all weights inside of that AdventureWorks database, not just the weights for a given stored procedure. What it's going to do is it's going to relate any weights back to any RPC calls through this earlier setting, right? This is the, right here, track how events are related to one another. Now that's the key to getting the events connected, but this will capture all weights, not just the weights for a stored procedure. If you want to capture additional things, what you would have to do is go into the wait completed event and then make a choice on adding some additional stuff to try to filter in a way that you could capture just the weights for a given thing. For example, the query hash could be a good choice. Add the query hash, filter only on that query hash, and then you'll only get the weights for a given query. But again, you'll have to dance around that. My goal here is simply to show a short-term capture of stuff. This was not something, like, let me capture all the stored procedures and all the weights for the next 6 weeks. That would be very inefficient use of this process. This is a, gosh, we're doing some testing here. Let's see what's going on with some of the RPC calls. Let's run them, capture the information, and then stop running it. And yeah, we'll have some extraneous information in there, but we'll also have a very tight coupling, as you'll see, between the stored procedure and the weights. So that's going to be there. Let's go ahead and get it started. Start the session. Let's start our PowerShell script so that that's running. And so now that's calling stored procedures over and over again. And what we can do is we can take a look at the live data. Now, you'll notice a couple of things. If you notice, I've got up here the attach activity ID GUID and the attach ID sequence are already on the screen. That's because the way extended events works in the in the data explorer window, it remembers how I've configured any one session and maintains that over time, and so it will keep coming back and looking the same for me. And so you can see I'm capturing a whole bunch of data as it goes along. Now I'm just going to stop it for now, just to show you what's going on here. So you can see I've got an RPC starting. I've got RPC starting here. And that's a reset connection one. Let's see if we can find. There we go. So it reset the connection. That completed. Then it started my stored procedure. A wait completed. The module ended, the RPC completed. Now I could put module start in there. I could remove module end. I wanted to have it in there just to show the different ways you can capture this stuff. But you can see between the RPC starting and the RPC completing, I've got the wait completed. And so I know that the SOS scheduler yield wait occurred during this query run, during this particular query run. Not only for that particular stored procedure, product transaction history by reference, but also reference order ID equals 70828 specifically had a wait on the SOS scheduler yield during the execution. So basically, that's it. It's shockingly simple to put together a mechanism for capturing your stored procedures, the parameters called, and the waits that occurred with that stored procedure.
All right. So now you've got an idea of how you can capture wait statistics with your queries, with your stored procedures directly. So you know which waits are occurring for that query in real, well, I mean, I don't want to say real time, but I mean, literally as the query is executing, you're capturing the wait statistics and you've got them all nicely stacked up so you can see what's going on with it. That's it. My name is Grant Fritchey. I work for Redgate Software. Thank you for watching.